Hi. They made me laugh before I came on. Mostly Satan made me laugh because she called us all lesbians. And
So let's go, lesbians,
it's
let's go.
partially true. Like,
So I'm just asking to join the Google Meet because I forgot I was not a let's go lesbian ready.
I mean, it happens. Like, I'm trying to wake up from a Benadryl sleep. Oh, look at another
Did you
sub.
see the Hat
Thank you.
Man?
Valdry scream,
The
Valdry
what?
scream, Valdry scream.
Oh,
The Hack
okay.
Man?
The Hat
The
Man.
Hat Man?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not. Hi, everyone. We're back. Episode 10, Season 4. In Darkness Unbroken. I'm gonna let my people take over. And by my people, I mean, Emma, go ahead. Take over and start us off. While I put a
Hi.
chicken nugget in my face.
Yeah, I am definitely your people. As we established, I've been here on this channel for 4 to 8 months, apparently. What's up, everyone? It's me, Emma, or Hummalou on the internet, here to bring you Dragon Age, In Darkness Unbroken, subheading Thirst and Emotions. Welcome, welcome. We're at episode 10. The question for the group as they introduce themselves and their characters is, what piece of media have you really been vibing with lately? For me, it's Breath of the Wild. I've not played any Zelda games yet, and I was finally given one because I have a Nintendo console to play it on, and I love it. I'll take it away.
It makes me so happy. I love Breath of the Wild. Following that, hi everyone, my name is Satan or Savant on the internet. I will be playing Bella, your local city elf rogue. There are two pieces of media that I'm vibing with currently. Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, because it's amazing. And one that I technically haven't seen, but I am obsessed with, which is like Across the Spider-Verse. Because Obi Brown and Miguel O'Hara have my heart in just a clenched fist.
Yeah.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I am Gambit, not Gambit on the internet, but we'll find that out later. I am playing Arlen, our big mountain man, ready to get oiled up and in his wrestling phase. And as far as the piece of media I'm currently binging would be Ted Lasso. I just started watching it, and it's very heartwarming.
Okay. Very good.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Ophelia Van Canel, our Mortalitasi mage. I still haven't really gotten into media since finishing grad school, so I'm trying to think like what I'm super into right now.
Dragon Age?
I mean, yeah, Dragon Age. Got really into Pokemon this week with my kiddo.
Yeah.
Classics.
Yes. Agreed.
That's me.
Very good.
Hi. My name is Val. I live here in this world because this is my channel. I bring Robin, our dwarf rogue, and for me, I am also like vibing with Spider-Verse, but I did see it. I've seen it twice already. And you know, Hobie is just bae. But also, I am vibing with these guys. This is the Bloodsworn trilogy. There's only 2 books out. The third one's not out yet, and it makes me mad. If you want Viking murder mommies, like literally Viking murder mommies. This is for you. It's a fantastic, engrossing, and I have found the word thermals in it at least one time, which will always tick off my Animorphs brain. So, but hey, what's going on here? Oh yeah, so as Nightbot has like told us recently, wait, Emma, what are you vibing with? You didn't tell us what you were vibing with.
I did. It was Breath of the Wild.
Oh, Breath
Been
of the
playing
Wild.
Zelda.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the slutty little twink outfit for me. You know,
That
good
is
for
true.
him.
That is true.
Link's Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're a viewer affected game. You affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. As we have just gotten a whole mess of subs, you can give us crits with that, which is, you know, 6-point stunts. If you... I can't. If you give us biddies, you can give us rerolls, 100 biddies for rerolls. Alright, cool. Focus points, if you give us a $5 donation, which is only something that, you know, you can give at level up, so it's great. And that's for all characters. If you give us $10, you can make up a character, like the wizard who thinks he's a goose.
Yes.
And that's it. Like, y'all, Benadryl is an amazing, wonderful drug that keeps me from sneezing and keeps me asleep. But the thing is that, like, I only slept 6 hours and it wants me to sleep 10. So it's just like, yo, go back and lay down. And I'm just like, I have things to do, Benadryl, please. On top of that, we had a cold front that came in today here in Vancouver, or yesterday. And so, like, the entire just weather change, like, we went from a very, very nice, like, 20-something degrees to like 12, so
Well, pressure will do that. As a
Celsius.
geography teacher,
Yeah.
as soon as the pressure goes low, there's less oxygen in the air and it makes you sleepy.
Yep.
Why you yawn?
Plus, my elevation is high, so I live on a mountain, basically. I only live like 500 or 600 feet up, but still, it's. I'm a swamp creature. That's high for me. Like, but that's it. That's all I got, and we have to play a game now. So Emma, play a game for us.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. I'm gonna play a game for you. You want to play a game? So last session, the guy performed a break and entry, a heist of sorts, into the home of the merchant prince Bruno Aguilar, with some skill and precision using the talents of each party member. The group managed to successfully get him paralyzed, punch one of his guards in the dick. Poor Gary.
Yep.
Well, he saw
may
like
not be
a
the one that's
flaming floating skull.
Flaming floating skull and then punched in the dick by a crouching dwarf. I mean, it writes itself. It's very Dragon Age.
Crouching dwarf, hidden tiger. Sorry.
But they managed to get in. They found his vault within. They found account books, paperwork, coin, rare and enchanted goods, and also an Eluvian, which Robin decided to go in and try to explore, and found a grey expanse with mist as far out as she could see, and some other mirrors, it seemed. Came back, reported to the group. They decided to get out of Dodge as quickly as they could.
I would also like to say I found rocks.
You found some special rocks. You're
That's the
correct.
important part.
Yes.
I found rocks.
There was some runes. Yeah, the dwarf found some rocks, guys, and everyone was happy. They did terrify him on the way out and threatened him with no uncertain terms. He better start acting right or he's gonna get got, basically. So I imagine his bed had a little wet patch under him after that very terrifying show. But they did manage to get out, and I imagine headed back to the Rizzler's estate, aka Great Uncle Rizzo Van Canel, to decompress, perhaps talk about what they found, and plan for the next step. You know that the following day is some oil wrestling, and there's also going to be an encounter with dear old Papa, Bella's Papa specifically. And it's up to you guys what order you do those things in, how quickly you want the Papa meeting to happen. However, I imagine there's a little bit of chat to figure out what you got and what Robin saw. You have not yet really fully gone into detail about what you saw in there.
That's right.
So we can have a little bit of decompression time at the Rizzler's estate.
We need a little wine.
Yeah.
We need more wine.
No, I'm just gonna need
Yes.
a little bit. I mean, we always need more wine.
We always need more wine.
Yeah, we always need.
There's a whole wine cellar that had lots of bottles, good vintage, because they've been sitting there for 50 years. So
Yeah, and here's the thing:
yeah.
I need more wine currently in this moment. Luckily, we have more wine in the cellar. So, and he's dead. And as long as Ophelia doesn't mind me drinking her wine inheritance, I think I will get more.
Do you think might be a good idea to get the wine like appraised to see if we can sell it, Or at least Ophelia could sell it.
Or we can drink it.
Or we can
Listen,
drink it.
listen.
Right,
we have
but-
a lot of money right now, and I'd rather drink it.
Yeah, like here's
Drinking
the thing.
money?
There's gonna get to a
No.
point where like the vintage is not gonna matter and it's gonna be vinegar. Okay? So we need to drink it. He's dead. He's not gonna drink it. I mean, wait a second. Do dead people
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna ask.
Wait, what?
Do
Would
dead
you ask
Dead people drink?
Do dead people drink?
Yeah, like when they're
No.
all like mummified and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, they lose the ability to swallow.
Oh, that's sad on many counts.
Mm.
They just have to spit then.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you're supposed to do wine? Like you taste, gargle, and then you spit it? When you
Yeah, of
taste, do the
course.
tasting?
Of course.
Yeah, they should be fine then.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've never been fancy enough to go to a wine tasting. The only wine tasting I do is chugging back a whole bottle of wine to go to sleep.
Tasty.
So wait,
Yeah.
here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if y'all have known this, but when you take medicine or drink, it's got to go through this whole system in your body, right? Like
Right.
your esophagus, your stomach, your liver, your kidneys, and then, all the rest. So it takes a while to get drunk for some people. Apparently for dwarves, because we have an incredible digestive system. But
Mm-hmm.
processing poison, all that. The problem is, one time, there was a dwarf party, and it was a bunch of rich noble dwarves, that kind of stuff. They their parents were out of town, sort of thing, and this one guy, he was like, you know what I'm gonna do? And he took like a cotton ball and he soaked it in the wine, and he goes, watch what happens when I put this in my butt.
You what now?
He put the wine soaked cotton ball in his butt. And he got drunk really, really fast. Like, really fast. And then someone else did it. But they were already drunk. And he died. So,
Oh.
so the point that I'm getting to is that I'm wondering, if dead people want to get drunk, can they just and they can't swallow, can they just put it in their butt?
No, because the reason I know the reason for this, right? It's because anything you'll absorb it directly into your bloodstream. They don't have a bloodstream once
Yeah,
they're
they don't.
mummified.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
For science, though, I feel like.
I feel like they could try it, but
I mean, a drunk zombie, double the shuffle and tumble.
Maybe they'll just correct themselves and start walking straight.
maybe we won't be surprised in a video game we fight zombies and they drop cotton balls.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
You hit them so hard and a cotton ball pops out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think they can clench very well because their muscles aren't working, you know?
Yeah, so they just
Yeah. I love that this group always managed to bring conversation to some manner of bodily function and or usually butts.
yeah.
You're
I love
welcome.
Yeah. Did you know your lips is the same color as your asshole style? So
How's
Okay.
everyone feeling?
It's the
after
same.
what we
It's
just
the
did?
same skin type.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're able to get hold of a number of bottles of wine and can start the inebriation process. But yes.
I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it's okay.
Are you sure?
I don't see the point of just getting drunk immediately. I want to be able to enjoy the drinking part.
I mean, that's true, but the thing is that, like, do you not want to experience butt drunk?
What if
No.
you just shove the... Okay, right? What if you... No. What if
Alan,
you just...
Alan, have you ever explored butt stuff before?
What you're telling me too is that we could have done that on the guy that was strapped in his bed.
Wow.
Get him drunk really,
No, we can't
really
have done
quickly.
that.
No.
Listen, here's the thing. But stuff is only cool if people say yes to it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I may have tortured the man, and I may have cut his body many, many times. But I'll never use anything sexual as a weapon. That's just horrible. What kind of person do you think I am?
Not that kind of person. You're right.
I'll cut off a limb, but that's.
Now, if they have used their sexual appendage to hurt somebody, it's okay to cut that off.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
castrate them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, said, let's move on to the rocks that I found.
Yeah. What did you find?
Those
Also-
are rocks. Yes.
I'm going to this bottle of wine. This one's mine. All right. I just want to make sure that everyone's aware of that, and that nobody
That
else
whole bottle
touches
is yours.
it. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And this one's mine.
Okay. Yeah.
You didn't
okay.
get the rocks, so I get 2 bottles.
You get 2 bottles.
Thank
That's
you.
fair.
So, okay. I didn't get any rock with me. So, I'm in there, right? And it is disorienting. More disorienting than the fade for me.
That's weird.
It was very weird. It was like, I sort of felt like I was just heavier in a weird way. Maybe I don't know, just my body, I didn't gain weight, but I was just heavier. I was almost, not like I was dead weight, but I was just heavier. Anyway, so there were multiple mirrors. All of them, some of them had similar designs, all of them had different designs, some of them were broken. Ours that we went through was glowing, and I assume that it was glowing because it was being used. That's my theory, anyway. And then, I'm looking around, looking at, there's some structures there, but, if you just look off as far as the eye can see, there's just, a lot of fog. Almost like you were just kind of, high up somewhere, right? When you're on a mountain, and you look out, and you just see the fog. Kind of like that. But anyway, the rocks, I'm, looking at these rocks, and the thing is with them is that they're very... And Sharo's in there with us, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're a very, it's a type of volcanic stone. So they're formed when the earth comes out of the ground, the wet earth, the hot earth comes out of the ground and sort of settles on the surface, lava. But a certain kind of lava. And it's the same, and they cool, and they make rocks, and you can build shit with them. And the stuff there is the same stuff that we've seen at these old elven ruins, including the place where we fought the dragon. And...
So, they're possibly made of the same thing.
No, it's not possibly. They are.
Okay, they are made out of the same thing.
Mhm.
So I'm going to assume this might be other type of elven ruins?
Listen,
I know you know rocks, and I am not. I am
it's
not.
It's definitely elven in craftsmanship. It's Dalish in craftsmanship. It's old Dalish in craftsmanship. But you know how these ruins are everywhere. But the thing is that rock isn't everywhere. But these ruins are.
Mm-hmm.
I think these mirrors are fast, or magical.
They're traveling.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what Solaria explained. So if they have those mirrors for travel, then that's possibly how they got the rock through everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I could be wrong. And she just sits on Shadow's lap sideways, puts an arm around his shoulders, drinking with the other hand. What if, because it is an elven place, maybe that's why you felt weird and heavy because it's meant for elves, but not other races. I mean, the only way to have tested that was for
Well,
to
that's
have
just
me
prejudice.
go in. Listen. I don't make the rules here.
No, I know you don't. But I can see why.
It would be good for scientific at this to try everyone going in.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to find another one because that one is in his vault. It was impossible to bring it with us, obviously.
I don't know. Arlen's got big arms.
You know,
I feel like it would
I
have
bet we
broken
know
on
a
the
guy
way, though.
who knows where one's at.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Mhm.
But in his words, he's not going to give it to us. He wants to see how we walk this path. He's not going to walk it for us, I believe is what he said.
I mean,
Mm.
Which, first of all, to assume that I have any of my path walked for me, and any of us, except you, Ophelia, of course.
you're okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I just like when rich people are insulted. Carry on.
It's also
Except you, Ophelia, of
bold
course.
of
It's
him,
very
yeah.
insulting.
Let's be honest about something here. Is that we're only following his rules by formality, and we don't have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we do when you're aware of someone that has more knowledge than you about certain things that you're heading into. You kind of have to follow their formalities.
Yeah. You know, you don't want to burn bridges, but it doesn't mean you're not going to carry the torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case, you know, there's a dragon on the bridge. But if you burn the bridge and the dragon falls, it could just jump up and
Fly.
Unless it's a baby dragon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pat Sparrowhawk on the head.
Sparrow's probably like sleeping and doing that thing where they're like on their back and their arms are like just like just
I imagine
belly out.
Sparrowhawk and Andrew like just doing that together.
Yep.
They're
Probably by a
besties
fireplace
now.
or yeah.
Learning from the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is in character.
Would any of you have been trying to go through the account books and or letters and paperwork that were brought over?
Yes.
I
I'm
may
gonna pull
be
my
a
readers
little
out.
buzzed right now, but
You know what? Sometimes
some
that can
people
help.
work better. Yeah, sometimes that helps.
Roll me an investigation roll, those of you who are doing which I believe is searching. Searching. 15.
Nice. What's some stuff?
Okay.
I'm not a grandmother yet. With 2 stump points.
Went with 14 on my side.
Nice.
What are we looking up exactly?
So
paperwork.
there are account books, there is letters, there is some just official looking paperwork that were kept inside the vault and not in his study, which was next to his bedroom, which implies this is perhaps the stuff being kept secret.
Want me to do in a research roll? Ophelia, I feel is good at this.
Jesus.
You can roll. You will be hard pressed doing better than Robin's, but you know what? Right? I feel like the merchant princess that is Robin Cadret.
Going through the account.
Bella's just next to Robin, looking over her shoulders, like, I totally know what you're talking about.
I get that.
I'm crunching these
She dies more
numbers,
wine.
bitches. Let's go.
Yeah. So, the rest of you will find various account books relating to his 2 sides of the business. You definitely find, particularly Ophelia, I would say, but you know what, the rest of you are finding things that seem to be connecting what he is mining out of the nearby hills in the northern parts of Antiva, and that it looks like he's keeping a separate record of other things that have been excavated. So there's certain types of stones and minerals that he is then selling on, as one would in the mining industry. But you can see the patterns of what is showing that some of it is not necessarily being kept in official records.
I'm gonna bookmark these as they talk about like little
yeah,
put, like
you're
a little
like
string.
bit of evidence.
Yeah.
Bit of evidence. Yeah, you're finding the receipts to show people.
Yeah.
Robin, what you managed to find is there is correspondence and also some writing from Bruno himself that it implicates his use of his Eluvian. And it seems that when he's been having meetings with the Canary, they've been coming through that to have their meetings with him.
Oh.
Which has many implications. One, the Canary clearly have a means of traveling through this, which is a worry. You're not necessarily super hot on who does and doesn't have use of this, because clearly there are people who do, but it would still be a bit of a concern, especially given how Canary are. They're like the opposite of dwarves. Dwarves are particularly resistant against magic. Canary are particularly weak against magic. Usually they're more susceptible. That's why when you make a character in this game system as the Canary, you get a negative when you're trying to resist spell effects. So the fact that they're using this space, and you know how you felt going through that, so you're not sure how it might feel for them. That's a concern. But also it means that some of these Canary appear to have a backdoor into Antiva City itself, which, you know, you don't necessarily have personal stakes here in Antiva, not my circus, not my monkey, but you're aware that that is a pretty serious concern. So while what they're finding, and there's clearly shipments of things that are going up to Saharan, that's a worry, and you're finding receipts for that. But what you just found is the thing that like majorly implicates this guy in something that is a huge security risk. Something that likely will be of interest to not only the general officials of Antiva City, but you're pretty sure this is something that would come either as a very high favor price or a high price tag itself of information to the crows.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I needed.
Yeah, this is, you know, I kind of lay all that out on the table for everyone. And, like, after I'm sort of done with that explanation, I take a moment as, like, and there are other mirrors.
That means that they must have one as well, no? The
Yeah.
Canary.
Sorry, my big picture brain is big picturing right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's
No,
not even that they have a back door to Antiva. They have a back door to anywhere these mirrors go.
Yeah.
Does the passphrase that we add, does it open every door or just this door?
I believe it's an Eluvian mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah, no, in that case, you're absolutely right. That's a problem.
The thing is that this leaves Antiva and other places, of course, susceptible to not only the attack of the Canary, but the attack of the Canary with the explosives that Bruno has given them.
The coon is... It encourages invasion and control.
It's like the bad kind of communism.
Yeah. So this will... If I get this to a certain family member of mine, not only will it rank a high favor, which can get us the information that we need for you, Arlen, but I've noted that this will assure that whatever insurrection by the Coon might be happening or has the possibility of happening will be snipped in the bud. Because I'm not saying the crows are the good guys, but I also know that they
But
They
will
would
not
protect the city.
relinquish. They will not relinquish the control they have on Antiva.
the crows
So yes.
might not be the good guys, but we know that the Coon are definitely not the good guys.
Yes.
And
So
I'd
the lesser
rather-
of two evils kind of thing?
What
I
a
wouldn't
few
even
of
call
you
the
know about the
crows
crows?
evil.
No, they're
Hmm.
not. The interesting thing about the crows is that they're not good guys, but they typically are not the bad guys either. If they're
Mhm.
killing someone, it's because a very specific contract has been brought out in them. They don't kill just for the sake of it,
Mhm.
and they don't tend to do things that are cruel. It's just you get a job and you do the job.
Mhm. Other
This is
than
true.
how do you become a crow, they don't do
Right.
things that
The
are
way
cruel.
they treat each other, not
Yeah.
great. But they're not necessarily going to be the bad guy in a story necessarily, unless someone has ordered a hit on you. But actually, the bad guy is the person who ordered the hit, if that makes sense. They are the tool.
Right. So yeah, in this case, the crow definitely should be notified about the presence of a backdoor in the city.
For sure.
I
Excuse me.
can take this to my meeting whenever it is happening. Make sure we get a good deal out of this. Because I may not live here anymore, but this is my home.
You think they would still listen to you?
They don't have to listen to me, they just have to listen to the evidence.
Right. Makes more sense.
And it's right here, and I've marked it. And I'm sure that this person bringing in this information will also give them a favorable outlook with other crows and other heads of the company of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be more enticed to also be the one to bring this in. So it's a little bit of a you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Okay, I understand.
And we also scratch the back of the rest of Antiva because we're not letting it fall into the hands of the queen.
Very good.
Plus, they might then have access to these mines of explosive material, which they can use for themselves, if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
How time sensitive is it for us to give the information to the crows? Is there like an impending incursion?
Did I get information of when that meeting was happening, Jim?
Which meeting?
With my
your
father.
father?
Yeah.
When would you have wanted it?
Probably as soon as possible.
So during the day or nighttime?
When is the when is the oil wrestling?
It's probably like late afternoon, pre-evening kind of time. It's like a mealtime entertainment.
Um,
So you could have it the night that's after the fight. So the fight happens first. You could try and get it in first. That's what you recall. I know that he's the one doing the organizing, but to give
Yeah,
you some
but
agency and what's
players.
going on with the story, yeah, what would you prefer?
Would you guys be okay with that happening first, or do you want it to
Absolutely.
happen?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could
Makes
do it during the
sense.
daytime the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll see when I can get that meeting. I'll talk to Cellular. He's the one that's organizing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. That morning, you receive word, much like you did before, where there's notes left in places that are obvious enough that you'll find it. That you've basically been given a location. It is building in the alienage that the main bulk of it operates as a sort of wash house, where they do a lot of the cleaning of clothes and linens for, I mean, some for the people of the alienage, but it's also where people will take the stuff from wherever they're working and clean it there, and then it gets put back. And you know that there's areas at the back end of that. Some of the rooms are where people stay, like they live where they work. And I imagine, given that you have worked for the underworld a little bit while you were here, that people can have meetings in some of those sorts of spaces. So you're given the location. It also recommends that you are alone so as not to raise suspicion. Because you know he doesn't know that it's you that's meeting him.
Yeah.
And so while he's happy to accommodate what you guys want for certain things like this, because what you've been doing in these two houses that you're going to are helping his end, which is helping the elves. He doesn't want you all to die, and cornering a crow and scaring them
It's a good way
could
to
result
die.
in everyone to die. Yeah. So yeah.
Can I bring my dog, or do I think that's a horrible decision?
I feel like bringing your dog would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I bring my dragon, or is that
No, I would say probably not. I would like to bring a dragon, for
funsies.
no reason. Yeah.
So she will, once she gets this note, she will tell them that she will be leaving for the meeting soon, but that it is important that she will go alone. She'll take Andrew.
Are the rest of you going to stay here in the Rizzler estate, or
I mean,
head to the alienage?
I'm gonna go to the alienage.
I mean, I can definitely just be strolling around the alienage while the meeting's happening.
Yeah.
Do some shopping. I may have come across some gold that needs to be redistributed.
She will suggest that you take Cheryl and Rylan as your lead there.
Yeah, you're assigned an elf buddy, everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
I volunteered to buddy up with Rylan.
Well,
Okay.
Ophelia did promise to keep her books, so maybe she has Arlen help her carry some of the books over.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Shara can go with you two to go and head there with books. And then do some shopping. And then Rylan and
Everyone
Robin
grab
can
an
have
elf. Grab an elf,
Grab an
everyone.
There are guides.
Yeah. Your way in. If you lose your elf at any point, there is a meeting spot just where that flag is.
Just where the big tree in the center of the alienage is. Just go there. You will get your elf back.
Yeah, they will find you there. Very good. Yeah, Rylan can offer to show you
in
around.
the Walmart. Your child's up front, waiting for you.
This is the hairiest baby I've ever seen.
Secretly part werewolf. Yeah.
Why is he so large?
Don't worry about it.
His poor mother.
So, two of you head off with Shire to go and see the elder that's there. She also seems to be quite taken with Shire, so that makes sense. And Rylan will show Robin some of the best places to go and get like raw ingredients for things, because he knows that you like making things. So he'll kind of show you some cool hotspots to get like secretive stuff, and he's smooth talker. Like, he's built as the type of rogue that's all about building contacts and communication links and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, he's the face. So he manages to get people to show you basically their secret stock, the good stuff, so that you can start to get in some interesting things. Maybe because one of her short-term goals, by the way, was to invent something to help with chub rub. So maybe you find some ingredients here that can help you with that.
Honestly,
You know-
I just want an excuse to spend more time with Rylan.
I understand. Yeah,
Like,
you get to watch him do this thing. You're like, you're real good with your mouth.
your hand, yeah, it's like, yeah, keep those
Mhm.
lips moving, honey. We got it. Like,
You should also invent that cooling powder that you put like in like your spots where you sweat, so you don't sweat that much.
I do have like this cream for whenever you like hurt yourself. It goes on like cold, but then like
Mhm.
it reacts to like the inflammation in your body, and it like warms up. So you know how like sometimes when you hurt something, you put like some ice on it, but then
Yeah.
but then afterwards you put like a hot stone on it. It's like that,
Yeah.
but it's a cream. I call it Snowfire.
Snowfire.
I thought you were gonna call it the
Hot
hottie
and
ice.
icy. Hot and icy.
Hot and
What? Those are stupid names. Like,
Mhm.
That's
Do you also
true.
show him like this is a nice oil that can be used for all kinds of things? Maybe I could show you a demonstration somewhere.
yeah, like would you like to volunteer as the model as I demonstrate this to the populace?
Yeah, what do I have to do?
Oh, you just have to like stand there and lift up your shirt.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Sure.
rub this all over your abdomen.
Yeah, he'll he'll take a shirt, and I would say actually this for interest, outside of the banter and amusement of trying to seduce this man, when he takes his shirt off, you know, like you've kind of noticed that on his hands he sometimes have bandages that go down to like almost at the tips of his fingers.
Mhm.
But he normally wears like long sleeves and sometimes like little gloves or half gloves and stuff. But when he takes off the shirt, you can see that he's got bandages that go right the way up to just about his elbows, both hands.
Yeah.
But he will allow you to oil him up.
These are
Yeah.
also really, and like as I like demonstrate and like, you know, maybe gather a little crowd, I was like, these are also, this stuff is also really good for stretch marks after giving birth. It helps tighten and moisturize the skin, reduce redness and inflammation. Like, as you can see, this man is very flushed, and as I he might seem
He's
to
doing
be
his
getting,
bit to sell. Yeah.
You seem to be enjoying this.
as you can see the inflammation in his gut due to the amount of terrible fried foods that he has consumed has deflamed itself, and he is less bloated.
It's a bit rude.
Well, I fixed it. It's
I'm not
fine.
bloated. Okay.
Okay, and now he looks perfect.
He will show off to the crowd a little bit, and you have some people that offer to buy things from you.
Oh yeah, so just, you know, I sell
Yeah.
them for like, you know, a half copper a piece.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
because these
Like,
people
it's
don't have a lot of
really
money, but they're
nice.
willing to buy it. It feels like it's a good, yeah.
I don't need money, but I like having
Yeah.
the reputation.
Yeah,
Like-
building good business. Yeah, and then
yeah.
word of mouth starts to spread.
Mhm.
That's how these things work. Yeah.
And now I will begin the hair demonstration. Please sit down.
Oh.
And I go on to another spiel about dry scalp and like,
Getting your fingers in it as scalp.
Yeah,
He's like, oh,
yeah.
that feels really good.
yeah. And you see, it's even good for scruff. And I like rub like this side of his jaws. Like, there you go. Yeah.
I'm feeling suitably manhandled.
I'm not a man.
Uh,
Dwarf handled.
What? Raw handled.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, as you can see, folks, this very,
Dwarf
very handsomely grimy fellow has now become a very, very handsomely sleek fellow with just a few strokes.
Yeah, we were
Yep.
all thinking it.
Yeah. Oh, What do you
love
mean
Satan's
passively
reaction
grimy?
to that one.
That feels, yeah.
Like-
It reminds me
Conflicted
of,
about how I
like,
feel.
I don't know if you guys know this sound going around TikTok that's like, I don't know how to explain it, but this man became 10 times hotter when his life fell apart.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. I
Well.
don't need to fix him. I can make him worse.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
wouldn't that
gonna
make him
ruin
hotter?
him. Yeah, I'm gonna ruin him. Very good. You managed to drum up some business. You got to manhandle him a bit. He's feeling weirdly self-conscious about some aspects of himself now. But
Great.
it's a successful time.
Had a great time.
Yeah. Bella,
Mm-hmm.
while these things are happening, you head to the area that you know you're meant to be in, and you go to the indicated room. I imagine there was a little, for those who played Inquisition, when you get like the rough sketches of things, and there's some symbols and like an arrow and a little so like clues were left as to which room you were meant to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get there, it's quite a dark, enclosed space. There is one small lantern that's given off a bit of light in it, but there really isn't much else here. It was perhaps used mostly for storage, but gives perfect cover for people who need to have meetings. So it has just been left alone to look just that way, because it serves another purpose. Mm-hmm.
Am I the first one in this room?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna put her bag down
Okay.
and go in a corner that's barely lit by the lantern.
Mm-hmm.
So that she has, I imagine that the bucket, the jacket,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I do say bucket. The jacket she bought that was like a more reinforced like leather armor.
Uh-huh.
Has like a little hood, so she's pulling an Aragon moment.
Okay. Yeah, you're setting up. You're like, great. I'm the first one here, so you can like
Yeah.
set the scene a little bit.
Yeah, so she's sitting there. She has like her feet up.
Picking the right pose.
Yeah, she has her feet up. She
Mhm.
just waits. Has Andrea next to her, just sitting. She knows. I feel like Andrea knows what is work and what is just going out for a day walk.
Yeah.
She has her the backpack that she has with all these ledgers with hers and all the correspondence that she needs. Just sitting
Mhm.
there, and she waits.
Okay.
It's like a put up, dark face, Aragon moment.
Yeah. So it takes a little while, but eventually, the door does open very quietly, actually. It's like being carefully opened. And slinking in is a figure dressed all in black, obviously. And given how dark this room is, it makes it really quite hard to make out any kind of detail. But you do notice black leathers. It looks like even the gloves are black. Everything's quite tight to the body. So you can see that this is a slender figure, maybe just a little taller than you. There is a hood up and also a mask on. So you can't really necessarily see any detail about this person. And the door closes.
She will sit up, like sit forward.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll take her hood off, her red hair there, and she'll say, I was wondering when you'd get here.
There's a moment, like, you're quite good at reading body language, so I'm not even going to necessarily make you roll this. When the figure first entered the room, there was that sort of, like, slinky, confident swagger to the movements that you know is quite common for not just people in the profession of being rogues, but the crows specifically. And when the hood comes off, there's like a moment where like the gentle steps forward to initiate this meeting kind of stops, and the shoulders like drop back slightly. So it's almost like it looks like the posture's gone straighter, but you know that that's clearly a moment of the fuck?
Yeah.
Um,
I'll have to write this down as the second time I surprise a crow.
I was not expecting this meeting.
As per design.
There's a moment where you can see him doing it's subtle head movements, it's not making it quite so obvious, but you know, as scanning the room for other people and or threats and or exits and entry points, when you see one, and he'll move to like lean against a couple of the big like square crates that are in the space.
It's just me and Andrew.
What are you doing here?
Having a conversation. Visiting home. Showing people oil wrestling.
You see the hand coming up to
Yeah.
like, it disappears like under the mask,
Yeah.
as it kind of holds to its chin.
Returning some debts.
I'm impressed you've managed to orchestrate this.
If I told you half of what I did, I'm sure you'd be impressed.
Confidence of a
here-
true Antivan.
Yes. I am here for an actual meeting, though. I don't have. Go ahead, continue.
He'll, once he's fairly confident that there's no one in the room, he will pull back, and you see that this mask seems to be either it's attached or it comes away at the same time as the hood, and it's sort of dropped down. And you see a face that you recognize. There's definitely a recognition because you had at least the first handful of years with him in your life. He's older now, obviously, although much like a lot of elves, isn't necessarily showing age quite the same way that humans do. Has the same shock of red hair. It's cropped somewhat short, mid-length, I guess. But what wasn't there before is several large scars on his face. I will just show to you the players, at least. Your father, Marco.
And I
Well,
figured if you knew that I wanted to meet it with me, then you wouldn't show up. So, apologies for the back-handed ways.
I understand them. Why? I know you said you have to have a meeting anyway, but that could have been with any crow.
Yes, but not every crow is my father, now is it?
No?
My business here is something that will probably benefit both of us. After this, you never have to see me again, don't worry.
He makes a bit of a face at that. That conflict of emotions sort of passing over his face. You're welcome to roll an empathy roll if you want.
Like, when I tell you I am physically nervous for this,
Mm.
I am physically nervous for this. I will be a little bitch and use one of my auto successes because I want to know.
when you say those words, you can tell that there's a conflict, there's several emotions that seem to take hold, but he looks almost in pain about it. It looks like he received an actual wound, you know, that face where it's like it just hurts. So what did you come here to talk about then?
Merchant Prince. Bruno Aguilar.
Uh-huh. I recognize the name.
Mm-hmm. I paid him a visit last night. Messed with my family, so paid that back 10 times. You remember Marius, right? Or maybe it happened too soon after you left, but you know.
I know Marius, yes.
Marius was here for a while, but I sent for him to come to me, and unfortunately, this man who was obsessed with Marius and gave him quite a big wound when he tried to leave, cut the hand of another friend of mine, so I take those things personally. But and she'll kind of put her hands up and then start going for the back slowly so he understands that she's not trying to pull something on him.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll take out one of the big ledgers, another one of the big ledgers, another, until they're all there. Logs showing a separate mining situation that Bruno has. And it's mining. What was the name of the
Saltpeter.
Saltpeter. It's off the books, at least these books. It's a lot of it being sent to the Kun. A lot. He is
The
also, yes, the Kunari.
Carry on.
He is also in possession of easy way of communications with them. Now, before I give more, I'd like to know that you are willing to help with what I need. I don't have money, but the information here should be worth more than enough.
What kind of help is it you need? This information is indeed valuable.
I need to make sure that this man is ruined physically, which I took care of as last night. Emotionally, I also helped that last night. Spiritually, financially, and socially.
Where did he wound Marius?
Big cut right across the chest. I reminded him where, don't worry. Unfortunately, we are more alike than you think.
I am aware of how alike we are.
I did sense someone was following me. I did wonder if it was you. It could still be wrong. Maybe somebody else. That one pro I saw.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Am I gonna be the bitch that uses 2 auto successes in a row?
Paid for 'em.
Let me see what
listen.
I roll, because I do like rolling. I do
Okay.
like the dice telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19 is still very good. There have been eyes on you for a long time. But part of, I don't know if all of, keeping an eye on you since you got here has been, if not me, then mine.
Why? I pose no threat to you or any crew member. That much I know. I'm not egotistical.
I wanted to know why you were here. And keeping a promise.
And at that, she has her hands kind of clapped together, and she does kind of reach for a little like braided leather bracelet that's on her wrist.
Mm-hmm. Again, you see that similar look of pain spread across his face.
Well, they used to keep promises to the dead.
Some dead deserve their promises kept.
She definitely did.
Yes.
So, are you willing to have the conversation or not? I have all the information right here. And she'll start opening ledgers. And I feel like you'll be able to see maybe string or something that's marking certain pages.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just start opening books, putting out correspondence.
I'm willing to have the conversation, yes.
Good. And because it also involves nipping in the bud the possibility of the Kun attacking Antiva.
They're going to want to know that part, yes.
They have a back entrance into Antiva through Bruno Aguilar's home. You know what an Eluvian is?
No.
Mirrors that connect. Our ancestors used them. Oh, one mirror. This is briefly and foolishly explained, but basically there's a central meeting place. Elvish in design. One mirror leads to there, you can find another mirror that leads out. Meaning that I know for certain Bruno has an Eluvian mirror. And we know that the Kun also have one. And that is how they are mating. And she'll show him where it notes that.
Mm-hmm. He'll come over and start to have a look through them.
But the amount of saltpeter that he is sending over, and it's not a good sign.
No. This is good work.
I don't do things half-assed.
No. Don't suppose you would. Well, I will pass this on to the head of my house.
Right, you're very buddy-buddy with them, I forgot.
Buddy with them.
I know you have a high ranking over them.
Do you know?
Somewhat.
I suppose you're right. Well, now that you've passed this on, what do you intend to do?
Sit back, hope that you keep your promise, and watch this man fall.
I will ensure that happens personally.
I figured if you're keeping a promise, if not so by your own wants and needs, then maybe by keeping that promise, you would ensure that your son is well avenged.
He will be.
Make sure he stays alive. Death is too easy.
Death is what I deal in. But
Then give it
I'm
to
sure
him
I can
when
get
he's ready
creative.
for it.
I can be creative.
I'm sure you can. With your little poisons.
Mm-hmm. You surprised me.
That's not exactly what you or yours have told you about me.
I never anticipated that you would come to find me.
When it involves Marius, I will do whatever I need to make sure things are set right. Even things I don't necessarily want to do. He's the only family I have. We've had each other for quite a while. After Mom died, it was just us. So,
I understand. I also understand this being in the category of not something you would want to do.
why? Because you left us when I was 5? Yeah, probably.
It's more complicated than that. But
I'm
I
sure
understand
it
the need
is.
to. Yeah.
I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, woe is me, the world is horrible. Life is shit as shit happens, you know? You learn to deal with it. Whether it is through someone, parent or guardian, or because you have to face things head on without knowing what they are. You're a crow. I'm sure you were one back then. What they threatened us, I'm sure. Still shit. You did it to protect us? Sure. It's still shit. You did it because you didn't care at all? Sure. It's still shit. It doesn't matter the reasoning. It is still shit. And I've learned to live with that. So has Marius.
I respect that.
didn't come here to blame you. I'm sure you have your own shit to deal with.
We all do. I am not going to expect anything more than this. I understand why you feel the way you do, and it's safer that you do.
Safe for sure. I've not been safe a day in my life after I had to leave home. Safer, yes, I've been safer, but I've not been safe.
But you're not dead, so.
No.
And you're not one of us,
No.
which
I'm
is
not.
better.
And I'm sure I have you to thank for that.
There was an ultimatum, yes. I did what she advised. And I'll stand by that till the day I die.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
She wanted you safe. She wanted you home.
Well, shit out of luck how that turned out. Didn't have a home after a while, did I? But that is something to talk about with other people, sure.
I can't guarantee that you would not still be at risk. It's been... It was less worrying when I knew that you weren't in Antiva.
I'm not alone anymore.
And
I'm
you
sure
seem
you know
strong. Yes, I've seen that you have a group now.
Family, yes.
I'm glad that you do. I'm not gonna make an excuse because you're right. It doesn't really matter what I say. It doesn't take away from the fact that your experience was shit. I just knew that things would have been shitter if I tried to stay.
I want to hate you. I do. And I want to rage. And I want to punch you in the face. But I also understand. And I respect your decision. And it has taken me a long time to get to this term soon. Yeah.
They wanted you both. We are a novelty.
Unfortunately. I don't think Marius would have survived.
No. I'm getting the impression you might have, though. But I didn't know that then. You were a child. And it's harrowing. And
Oh,
we
that's
both
good.
decided that it was better this way.
Why then?
What do you
Why
mean,
have
why?
me? And if you already have me, why have Marius? You were a crow throughout it, I'm sure.
I thought I could balance both. I thought I could keep it quiet. Mm-hmm. They train us to be very good at staying hidden, after all. But we were both happy, but also understandably concerned when you were born and you had my hair. I think we'd maybe kind of hope that you wouldn't. A little easier to excuse away. And then Marius did, and it just kind of cemented it, and she was scared. Doing it this way meant I would get to stay alive too. You don't get to just leave the crows. It's not the way it works. Equally, she didn't want that life for the two of you, because then she would lose you both. So we made a decision, and we accepted it, no matter how difficult it was, that it was the best way to keep everyone alive. And then she died.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything else. I stuck to the ultimatum I was given from them. It was detached from you all, or to accept their terms. I'm not saying this to get sympathy or be woe is me about it or excuse what happened. Like you say, it was shit. But I promised I would still keep an eye out as best I could. So I'm sorry for what that's worth. And I'm proud of the woman you've become for what that's worth. And I'm going to take the pound of flesh that is owed from this prince for what that is worth.
He tried to buy Marius.
Who can blame him? Princes think they can buy everything that they want.
Yes. But I came here to show him he was wrong, and I'm hoping I made my point across. If you are ever outside of Antigua, if you are ever in high ever, let me know. For what it's worth.
We'll be in touch.
And she'll send up and like take the empty backpack with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll take out her engagement dagger. She'll hold it by the blade so he doesn't think that she's gonna try and use it against him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm engaged to be wed. If that means something to you.
It does.
I think you'd like him.
The tall one, yeah.
Well, for our standards. Not the blonde one, though.
Or the one made of rock.
Or the one made of rock.
You specify.
Yeah.
The tall elf. Yeah.
The tall elf, yes.
Hmm. Seems strong.
Built me a home in Ohio.
Judging by the markings on his face, I imagine that's quite significant.
So kind of flip the dagger, put it back in the sheath. Yeah. Marius is there too. They're small, but we're a family.
When you know when. Try to get word to me.
The estate where I've been staying at. I'm sure you know the one.
Mm.
I'll send word there.
Good. I'm glad.
Before she leaves, she's about
Mhm.
to leave. She is going to look at him. Is he standing or sitting?
He's standing.
She will take a step forward. And she will give him a hug.
He'll hug you back. And he does that thing, you know, that really tight, like don't really want to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs. And just sort of takes in the scent of you and how it feels to actually have you in his arms. And there's an incredibly loud banging at the door. And we'll go to break, everyone.
Excellent. Ooh, on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
All right.
Any cliffhangers?
Yeah.
All right, friends. We will be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. Get some stretches, go to the bathroom, get a snack, all that good stuff. And we will be back. See you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Let's go, lesbians, let's go!
I caught that one on the audio this time around. Excellent. All right, everyone. The lesbians are back.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're wearing a plaid shirt. You're basically a lesbian.
Yeah,
Basically
yeah,
a
yeah.
lesbian.
You
Sorry.
are dressed
Yeah.
like a lesbian. Like, I'm just saying. All right, cool. Anyway, we're back
Yeah. Hi.
with, we were talking about Days of Our Lives while we were waiting, and The Young and the Restless, and how 58 seasons of Days of Our Lives.
It's gotta be like the longest running show. Anyway.
It's
They
close.
didn't ask if they
Yeah.
should. They only asked if they could.
Yeah.
They've just kept going.
I mean, it's a steady paycheck, so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, hi everyone.
Hi everyone, we're back.
We're back. We had some daddy-daughter feels just before break there. A reconnection with an estranged father. Some emotional emotions, and then ending with a hug, the first one in decades, and there's a loud knock at the door. Bella, you hear some muffled sounds at first, and then you hear quite clearly, get out of my way or I'm going to make it your problem. And then you hear another voice being like, you can't go in there. You don't recognize either voice.
God, I really just want to open the door from behind and let Andrew at him. I feel like that's what she'll do. She'll just be like, wait a moment. She'll do like a certain snap to get Andrew ready.
Yeah.
And point out the door, and she'll open the door from behind and have Andrew just growl at the...
Okay. So you open up the door. What you see on the other side is an elf who works in this wash house, and you know when you've had meetings here, there tends to be people who are kind of in charge of just keeping the place fairly locked down, or, you know, giving honor to private spaces and stuff. They appear to have gotten in the way of someone who was trying to come in. So Andrew initially is growling at the back end of this elf, who yelps in surprise and fear at the dog that is growling, and then you see coming up from behind and doing that sort of like Assassin's Creed style, you know, where you just expertly move your way past people, past her and the dog, and just kind of stands and like gives a look at the dog of like, I am not a threat to you, but I am moving past you, and starting to like cut off to the side, looking straight at Marco, your father. You see a human with a sort of like nice, deep, rich tan colored skin, dark hair, some scruff at the chin, eyes appear golden, which is quite interesting and notable because it's not really a common thing that you would see in a lot of humans. Very clearly Antivan looking, with a long black leather cloak, and it's one of those things where like you not necessarily wearing crow armor, but definitely gives off the vibes. You're pretty good at getting vibes from people, and I'm not making this up, just judging off of the image that I'm looking at. He is an Oscar Isaac looking motherfucker, so make of that what you will.
To me?
Listen, I'm sorry, the shirt's ever so slightly open, there's some chest hair going. Handsome motherfuckers just walked into the room and like,
It's okay.
doesn't even clock you necessarily. Eyes trained on Marco, and he just says, I could feel you panicking. What's going on?
Excuse me?
And you just see Marco kind of like stiffen slightly at that, and then look at you, and then look at...
She like closes the door. Excuse me?
Is Andrew still there and growling? The elf is just kind of like, I did that. And the door closes on them.
Yeah.
Before they can get their statement out. Yeah.
She'll like motion for Andrew to calm down.
Mm-hmm. Which she will, but she'll do that thing that like
Yeah.
good guard dogs do, where it's like, I have been told not to growl at you anymore, but I am ready to growl again if you make me.
It's like the fishes were holding me back, you know.
You know what? You can see the teefies being shown, like the I'm. Yeah. But she'll calm down and she'll kind of sit at your side, but be ready to go. And he'll look at you and just say, I'm sorry, that statement wasn't for you. Can I help?
I know it wasn't for me. Can I help you?
I'm coming to check on him.
In my conversation and meeting with him? That you just barged into?
I didn't know this was a private meeting. Could have been anything. And he'll give Marco another look. Like a kind of like a scowly, not necessarily in an angered, aggressive way, but just in a, making a point way. Marco
She'll
just kind of
stand
shrugs.
next to Marco because they're still next to each other. And
Yeah.
just like are you seeing the resemblance? Are you aware of what's going on right now?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to acknowledge that, which suggests either he doesn't know and is choosing not to make the connection, makes the connection and doesn't care, or maybe already knew.
Yeah.
And Marco just kind of holds a hand up towards him and goes, "It's fine. I just wasn't expecting this. This does not need to be a problem, and it does not need to leave this room."
You could feel him panicking.
Yes.
She'll just look to her dad. You know what? It's none of my business. I don't want to know. I don't need to know.
Romy, I guess it's cultural lore, I guess. I'm from Antiva and I know important people from Antiva.
Yeah. Let's see. Culture. I do have cultural lore. Let me see. I may use a reroll depending on the reroll. See if I get any higher. 17. Let me
Okay,
take off
that's
that
pretty
reroll.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 is very good for this system. The initial connection, and it's probably the golden eyes, and just a general vibe that's going on. You kind of connect that there are family, like actual blood family, within your father's House of the Crows.
Yeah.
The Delamort, and they're well known enough in certain circles that while they're very good at going under the radar when they need to, but equally it's important that when you see a face, you know who it is. When you work for the criminal underground, I guess, which you kind of did, this appears to be Lucanus Delamort.
She'll just be like, I guess buddy was an understatement. She'll say
What do you mean by that?
So she'll say that to Marco.
Yeah, Marco doesn't even get a chance to reply.
Yeah.
It's Lucanus that replies
I'm sorry,
for
it's my
him.
turn to say, that wasn't towards you.
Oh.
Roll his eyes a little. Not necessarily at you or at him, just at the situation he appears to have found himself in. It's complicated.
I'm sure it is.
We're part of the same house.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure any other business acquaintance will come running up feeling you panicking. Anyway, you should be a little bit more subtle with certain things. Sometimes, maybe. She'll say to the guy.
Like what?
Like screaming out, I felt you panicking. Oh. Oh, I'm just pulling your legs here at this point, really.
Oh no, great. Carry on. Please belittle my
You're the-
sentiment.
You're the one that stumbled into our private meeting, so I'm not exactly sure what you were expecting.
Someone could have been trying to kill him. It happens in our line of work.
Yes, I am aware that that is the number one cause of death. In your line of work.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we are cool and level-headed in even the most stressful of situations, so
Yeah.
oh, why am I explaining this to you?
I wasn't going to stop you. I was going to see how far you'd go.
This is not sensible. I'm glad it's been in private, but did anyone see the two of you come into this room?
No. Assuming he's part. She'll look to Marcus. I'm assuming he's part of what you said about you and yours. If it's not you, it's yours.
He nods at you.
Okay. Well. Interrupted really a moment that should not have been interrupted, so awkward.
I apologize for that.
Apology accepted, thank you.
How goes your stay at the abandoned estate?
Quite cozy, a little echoey, no furniture and stuff. Yeah. How goes your, I don't know. I'm just shooting in the dark here. Like, I know, are you like boyfriends or something? I don't know.
That I don't like that word.
I'm sorry. Partners. In an emotional and sexual way.
Marco looks so uncomfortable he could crawl out of his own skin right now.
Don't worry, this is making up for decades of absence. Don't worry. She'll like.
I'm glad to
say
be
Marco.
facilitating that.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing, really.
We might be involved, yes, but it's not publicly known. I feel safe enough telling you, given you that this cannot be publicly known. And he points between the two of you.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I was going to do is go shout, everyone, I met my secret crow dad and I met his boyfriend. Yeah. First thing on my mind. I was gonna shout it at the top of my lungs.
I don't know how subtle you are, given that you came in here and was parading around the fact that you're clearly related to him.
Oh, good. My message did come across. That was great. That was on purpose, by the way.
Oh, good. So you'd have been okay that it got him killed then?
Well, to my knowledge, he could have been dead this whole time, so really. It's not like I was interacting with him before, today, Technically, his promise was kept. If this doesn't leave this room.
Okay.
It's fun stressing him out. I like that. Anyway, I'm sure you guys had everything covered. Yeah. I'm sure you guys had everything covered. And you're welcome, she'll say to the guy that came in after. And like handing the backpack to Marco with all the ledgers.
Marco just kind of holds up a hand in a, when you communicate with someone that you're quite familiar with, we'll talk about this later.
This truly was a business meeting, if you must know.
Okay.
Should I call him stepdad?
No.
Absolutely not.
It was Lucanus that said that. It was not Marco. Marco went to open his mouth, and Lucanus was just like, "No, that's a no. That's a no from me." Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
No.
Technically, you don't have children. You haven't had children for always. I think calling you dad's a little bit too soon. She'll wink at Marco.
I do genuinely apologize for interrupting whatever that moment was. I am happy to leave. Good day.
Girl, bye.
The door's right there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He just leaves. He's not normally like, he was just stressed. I'm sorry. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Feel you panicking. That's an interesting choice of words.
Mm.
Yeah.
We crows are capable of many wonderful things.
Wonderful. It's one word to describe it. I know I probably won't see you after this.
You might, if you want that.
I would not be opposed unless it means that you get killed. Believe it or not, after everything, I do not want you dead. And I'd like to think that means something.
It does. I'll cover my tracks well.
I mean, I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but you thought the same thing the first time around.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see you again soon.
Right? She'll give him another quick hug.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of also has like the tight kind of like cherishing the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell Marius you said that.
Thank you.
Tell your boyfriend to stop being so dramatic.
It's kind of his thing.
Yeah, well, maybe be dramatic and like privates.
Noted.
She will call for Andrew to come to her side. Well, to like send them. I'm sure she was still at her side.
I will keep an eye out while you are here.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
Would it matter?
If you really didn't want me to, then I wouldn't.
If you'd like. I will be at an oil wrestling competition if that makes it easier for you.
Okay.
Sure, you could enjoy afternoons, evening. Enjoy the festivities of the... I don't know what crows do. I don't know if they have time off or lunches. I don't know. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
We do.
So do you get like your paid 15 and then you have to clock off for your full hour lunch break, or
No, that's not we
okay.
We work through contracts.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Yes. And if I want to take some time to watch some oil wrestling, then I do.
And maybe your dude your partner will enjoy watching hot oily men wrestle too.
Has been known in the past.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That I wasn't meaning. I meant like we've watched the games. Okay, I'm
I'm going to leave now.
Yep.
I'll see you around.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll see me around, I'm sure. She will take Andrew, make sure he has the bag,
Mm-hmm.
open the door. Is the other guy there?
No, the other
Oh.
rascal.
Okay. She'll
Oh,
poke
you
into
meant
the
Lucanus. Sorry,
Yeah,
Lucanus is not there.
Lucanus,
No,
yeah.
he left. He left. He
Yeah.
left.
She'll pop her head into the room. Tell him it was a pleasure to meet him.
I will. I'm sure if you just.
Hey,
Um,
if you show up with him in high ever, who am I to judge? Plus, it's good to have friends in high places. She'll close the door and leave.
Yeah.
That was
You-
meant for him. That I know that she now knows he's connected high in the high. in the
He's well,
family.
yeah. Lucanus is pipped to be the next leader of the house to be first
Mhm.
Thailand. So yeah, it really doesn't get much higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're able to go and eventually find your friends. Probably just in enough time. There's maybe like an hour to go for any prep time that
Yeah.
Arlen might need. For the
Rylan
oil
is
wrestling.
so slick right now.
I mean,
So slick in oil.
But
He's-
Yeah.
we're not even.
smells
We're still in the.
amazing. And we're
We're
not
still
even
in the
wrestling yet.
alienage.
Like-
But
Yeah.
we're still in the alienage, but he's already oiled up and ready.
Yeah.
We're kind of like telling people to go and wash. Is there like an entry fee to these things?
to watch thing, yes.
How
I
much is
imagine
it
would be.
usually?
I don't know. Maybe just like a 5 silver.
Okay, she's
the
going
main
to
big
give
matches.
out 5 gold and be like, here
Uh-huh.
for people that want to go watch and bet on our lovely, lovely,
Okay.
oily slicked man.
That's
I
called a
don't think
practice.
Rylan's
slick.
not. Yeah. Rylan is not going to be competing, but Arlen, yes, you can encourage them to come and see
Yeah.
a greased up beefcake for the afternoon.
Absolutely, I'm gonna pose.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off, Arlen.
It's already off.
Oh,
Otherwise, I wouldn't be oiled up.
Yeah. Yeah. You're all oiled up next to Arlen, who again is now maybe feeling a little self-conscious. Man.
Right.
Yeah. But you guys are free to reconnect as a group, some of whom are oiled, and are free to head off to the
To the games.
games. Indeed.
Robin, do you think I should have a cape?
No.
Oh, like nothing to cover myself up. So when I come in, I can make the entrance of just removing what I'm wearing to show the bod that's underneath.
Maybe in my league, my future league, that will be something we can do. However, like you don't want, if you wear a cape, the cape's just gonna collect the residue that you need to be slick.
Oh, okay.
You,
Good
you
point.
just
Good
you
point.
just want to go in there, just lubed up and no protection whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Full
Rylan will
name.
be like, I mean, protection is very important.
It is, but sometimes you just gotta take the risk.
Raw dogging it. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rylan, are you also competing? Why are you so oiled
No.
up?
I was the demonstration model for Robin. She was showing how her ointments can reduce bloating.
Well, you
Inflammation.
do look unbloated.
Mm.
You look perfectly
Yeah, I know.
unbloated. I didn't think you looked bloated.
There's a
Maybe
little inflammation.
It's a
but
little.
Not much.
It's the fried food, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely the fried
Okay.
foods. They'll do that, and dairy. We've had a lot of cheese.
It's cheese is great.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
just saying.
had a lot. Like, listen, here's the thing, Rylan. Like, after all of these oils get like absorbed into your skin, it's really, you're just gonna have the best poop of your life soon. It's,
There's nothing better in life.
All right.
trust me, I
Okay.
know what's up. And besides, you're just glistening now, and
I am. I
you...
feel like I can't put my shirt back on again, or it's just gonna get a bit gross.
That's okay.
Is that the end of the statement?
Is it?
Yeah. I think
This
I
might
think
be
that
my
was
chance
her
to get a bit of
plan
a
all
tan.
along.
Oh, well, I'm gonna cook with the oil on.
It's a bit of a tan. When you come back to Ferelden, it'd be like, wow.
He's
Yeah.
tanned.
You can,
You're like,
yeah, you
he's
can
been
usually get that
somewhere
there.
where there's sunlight and
Yeah.
like...
Don't normally have that in Denerim.
Yeah, impress the ladies or the boys, the
Or
men.
both.
Why not both?
Or
Yeah.
everyone.
Just impress everyone, really. Just saying a tan makes you
I'm impressed.
physically and generally hot.
Okay.
She'll just
I will
point to
endeavour to
herself.
soak up the rays.
Here, do you want an umbrella to just protect yourself from cancer?
Oh.
What's cancer?
Okay.
Cancer is just like when something like grows on your body that is not supposed to, and it can kill you.
So how does an umbrella help?
I will take the umbrella.
There's just been some research that shows that people who spend considerably enough time in the sun tend to get cancer of the skin more often.
And that like covers the entire body. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Thanks to Robin, I learned the skin is the biggest organ.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
listen,
No, Nolan.
Listen,
I mean-
to just I just read a lot on the road, like I never had like a formal education, so to speak, but the thing is just you trade, like you get like these college students that need to earn some of their, like, university students, especially in Arlay, their textbooks are incredibly expensive, but they only need them like one time. And the thing is that like they make them change editions like every year, like for one little change. So people have to keep buying more textbooks because a sentence was edited in the previous books. So the thing is I've just came across all of these used textbooks in the trading industry for quite free, and I have learned a lot by reading these texts. Yeah.
Does
I
that
used
happen
to
a lot
sell-
with rich people, Ophelia? Just buy a lot of books because of sentence change?
I've had to hawk many a misprinted textbook in my time. There's a bit of business in it.
And so that's how I learned about what cancer was. That's how I learned about like the way that whales talk, and
I knew they talk. I knew,
yeah, I know exactly. The whales talk.
It's
to
the
each other.
mages, right?
Yeah, it's the mages.
Yeah, and ants too, right?
Oh, the ants definitely talk to each other, and also the things about like rocks. Like the dwarves know things about rocks. We know a lot of things about rocks, but there's also like some rocks that I can't experience, and I experience them through books.
You know what I learned in a book that you gave me one time,
What?
Robin? That bees communicate through dancing.
Yes, they do. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I
bees
know,
dance.
that's really cool. Did you know that, Ophelia? That's pretty cool.
I do now. Insects and entomology was not always my course of study.
But don't you need to like use like grub worms to eat away dead flesh or something when you're cleaning off bones, or beetles?
I
You
think
can.
Mm.
Just do magic, but
I thought like their skin just kind of got dehydrated.
And then you rehydrate it, yes.
Yeah. Do you want to keep the skin on the dead bodies?
For the most part, but only works for so long. Because, as Robert remembers, Francis.
Oh, flaky,
Flaky
Francis.
Francis. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes in like in a murder investigation, like if the body itself or the flesh is too mangled and you can't tell in like the rotten flesh, like what killed him, but you can eat all the flesh away with beetles, and then you can see the wound on the bones, and then you can match like the type of weapons used, like if they match the bones. Like if you had a saw, the bone would have like serrated cuts on it or something.
That should be like a side hustle for you, Ophelia. You could do like murder solving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you speak with the dead?
You could be a forensic investigator.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of do that anyway.
Yeah.
But we're not getting paid for that.
Well,
though.
we tend to like make the death happen to the bad guys.
I know, but
than
sometimes we have to
solving.
figure out why someone died.
Yeah.
Just start keeping beetles.
Very good.
They make
it's a
excellent dyes as well. Beautiful blue dyes from some of these beetles. Yeah, and some purples and some greens. Just incredible colors from some of these. Like, you know, for example,
The red for red velvet cake.
Yeah. Didn't we dye?
It's from beetles?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
Beetles. Yes, from beetles.
I think I lost my mind. I'm gonna have to
Yep. It's around about this time you can see the arena coming into view. There are crowds that are starting to gather. There are stalls on the outside selling various types of food. You know, proper street vendor style. Some like funnel cake. There's a stall that sells deep fried everything, and you see like Rylan initially looking excited, and then he decides he's not interested. He's like, you know what, I'll resist.
It's okay to be bloated if you
Yeah,
want
it's
to be.
fine. I'm always
Yeah.
bloated.
Yeah.
Plus, you
I
have
feel
oil
like
to make you unbloated now.
I'm
so
a...
really.
I will
true.
continue to rub your abdomen to help with the bloat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
My tummy.
Yeah.
Emma, because I forgot, because I was very emotional at the moment, I would like to stop by the perfume spring and leave an envelope for Celia to pass on to Marcos about the information I need for Arlen's mom.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I was very emotional and I forgot.
It happens.
But I want to
Mm.
make sure that in game, on stream,
Yeah.
that happens.
Did you how did it go?
It went well, I suppose. I didn't try and stab him, so I think that's a win on my end, really.
Sure.
We can talk about it later, not in the streets.
Okay. So you're free to get various types of snacks on your way in. Arlen, if you're signing up, you can go and do that. You'll have to go and get prepared with the rest of the combatants.
As your manager, I will go with you.
I was gonna say, would you like to start a process of
Yeah, I'm
starting
gonna
myself on a
make
new
sure
career?
contracts are handled correctly. You know,
Mhm.
size up the competition, all that kind of stuff. I'm coming.
All right.
Give
Well, I
Arlen
guess
a
I'll
high
see you guys. Oh, I'll see you guys in the stands.
You got this. I'm
I
going to
do?
bet on you. Don't let me down.
Please don't.
I will
Mhm.
bet on you.
It's added pressure. But it's okay.
It's because we love you. We believe in you.
That is very nice to hear this. Okay. You know what? I'll double down my
remember, I do, as your manager, get a 15% cut of your winnings.
Oh, no worries. We've discussed the 10% cut. That's not a problem.
15% cut.
5%?
15%.
7%. Got it.
15%.
Well, that's happening. Bella's gonna take Charles' arm
And eventually you
lead-
get 20%. I don't know how.
lead the other ones to the stands.
Yes, the rest of you are
Yeah,
able to go
20.
and find your way to the stands.
Just gonna be very cuddled up against Charles.
Yeah, he'll be giving you the upper arm rubbies. For Robin and Arlen, you're able to go through the back. You can see Magda, the very large Kunari woman who is kind of running things. There are people there's a few people who appear to be signing up, and there are others who seem to be old hands, like they already have running contracts, so they're just kind of coming in, checking in, and heading through to the prep area. But you're free to go up to do the sign up. It seems fairly simple. Typically speaking, there is an entry fee from your end to compete, and then there is money that you are paid should you do well in the competition. It ranges. It seems that your matches are going to be matched up with fours. They're kind of in little pods of four. Within your four, if you win, you get a gold. If you're second place, it is 75 silver. Then it's 50 silver. Then it's 25 silver, and then nothing if you lose. And if you win, you are then there's no fee. You then get entered into a future competition to basically compete with other winners, and kind of eventually, it seems each season there's a championship with the best, and then there's like really big prize money in that.
Okay. Let's see if I can manage to championship. That's where I want to go.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a contract. There's basically a contract there that you have to sign that where possible they will put in place. Everyone agrees to perform safely. You're not allowed to do anything that is going to actively cause bodily harm to other people. That's like your side of the contract. They will honor and protect that. Equally, however, if you do happen to get injured, there's sort of they're not necessarily going to be paying any money towards dead relatives or anything like that. Like you're entering this knowing that there's a risk to harm, and waiving that basically.
Perfect.
You are able to go through with the tooth comb if you should like. You see Magda's kind of standing there watching the two of you as you're looking it over. I look forward to seeing you compete. You need to put down what name you would like to be announced by.
I'm gonna turn toward Robin and I say, I was thinking my competition name can be the Lumberjacked. Thoughts?
Yeah.
And prayers, honey.
What do you say?
I thought you said thoughts, and I said and prayers, honey.
Yeah, and prayers. Like Robin takes a minute and like taps, her nose in thought. It's like, yes, the man that came down the mountain, hauling wood all the way down the trail. The lumberjacked.
You seem lost in thoughts.
Lumber. Jack Lumber.
Jack Lumber, the Lumberjacked.
Jack Lumber, the lumberjacked. That came down the mountain.
I feel like you're making an entire persona, and I'm all about it.
Just get the crowd chanting.
It's not just a persona. It's a story. You have to give a story that people love. You want them to root for you, right?
Absolutely.
So we need to. So your story. Rejected by your father, trying to earn his love back, to prove yourself worthy of returning to your tribe by ending the pagan rites of the lowlanders through competition.
Yes. Dominating them.
Lumberjack. Sponsored by Arlen's Woodshop. And Cadrick. Gadget Enterprises. Part of the
I
Gadget
already have some
Enterprises.
sponsorships. That's a great look.
Yeah, I'm sponsoring you and managing you, so. And you're
And I'm also sponsoring myself.
You're also sponsoring yourself, but they don't know it's you because it's not your name.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's the story.
Okay.
They'll love you.
All right.
Where's the Herald?
So while Arlen is taken through the back to prepare with the rest of the combatants, Robin, you're able to go and find people who are the sort that could spread some sort of story throughout the audience, to be aware of who and what the man, the myth, the legend that is going to be fighting in the ring.
Lumberjack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are in the audience. You're watching, enjoying it. You're able to pick up whatever snacks you want. They do a really good funnel cake here, it seems.
Funnel cake. Shit.
And
Sorry
they
for the
have.
constant yawning.
That's okay. Low pressure, yeah, I told you. One thing that they sell as well is potato churros as well, which has like a really interesting season with like some paprika and parmesan like dusting on
Savory
it. Real good. Savory churros. So you guys are able to get some pretty good snackage when you're up there. I would say that something that you'll clock, Bella, and it's up to you if you want to let anyone else know. You do see, is it intentional? You're not sure. Directly opposite you on the other side of the audience bank, you can see, although hooded, so the hair is not on show, you do recognize that both Marco and Lucanus are sitting in the audience. Marco appears to be snacking, and Lucanus is just kind of watching the field. There's maybe a fight that's going on right now.
She will say something to Sharo, like, in his ear. Like, I'm assuming there's, like, that kind of, like, crowded stand type of noise.
Yeah. There's general chatter.
She will just point them out, not obviously, but to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, in order to run the fight, the group of players here have been given combatants that they're in charge of. There is several people in this pot of 4 that are coming out onto the field, each being announced. Arlen, you are being saved for last. So, Satan, who is your character and how are they being announced into the ring?
So as people start being announced, you see just kind of like petals being thrown, almost like confetti, very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
And a man comes out, an elven man, tan skin, curly brown hair with like a short, close to the face beard. He has this decoration on his body that's almost like those tattoos, like those fake tattoos that you stick on, that's like with the gold foil.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like drawn over his clavicle, like underneath his pecs. And you see him. He is very for the crowd, for the people. He takes someone's hands from the stand and kisses it.
Mm-hmm.
And his face is also decorated with these sparkling golden dots that eventually through the fight will wear down and just leave him with like this sheen of sparkly gold flecks on him.
Mm-hmm.
And they announce Ayanto el Encanto. And
Ayanto el Encanto. Yeah.
He just flourishes. He's here for the people,
Mm-hmm.
to entertain the crowd. He's got that definitely like heartthrob type of feel to him. Hairy chest.
Amazing.
Short for others, like 5'6", tall for an elf, short for people.
Yeah. So as you're being
confident.
brought in, there's this the pomp and fanfare of it. there's audience members who are like scrambling to be the ones that get to like have their hands kissed by you, and you can see that there is a person in the ring who is the referee of the match that will do the calls as to when you have won or not. That comes over, and you can see him like angrily shouting and shooing people away. And what's curious to you guys in the audience that can see this, Arlen is not yet out yet, so you can't see it, is this person is wearing sort of like a robe. It almost looks a bit like a mage's robe, but you know, mage, no, don't worry about it. But adorning the edges of it, almost like fringe, you see they are in fact feathers. And this person is getting irate as they try to control the crowd. And tell them that they have to like be respectful of the fighters, and is shouting. And every now and again, when he gets particularly like emotive or frustrated at someone, you swear you could hear a honk.
That's our man.
That's our man. Why are they doing a goose honk? We don't know. But he is pestering people to allow you the chance, Ianto, to get into the
kisses
field.
to the audience.
Yeah.
Gets to the field, opens his arms.
Yeah.
To like to the crowd.
Val, who is your character? Do please tell us who they are, how they're announced.
So walking into the arena is clearly a very lean Canary person who has these very almost like yak-like horns. They are a little bit more on the warmer side of their skin tone, and they have this sort of coppery orange hair that just cut like a yak does, and it just like part of it is shaved, and the bangs just go like in the front like this, and he is being called all the way from the Talvashoth clan. We bring to you Hawthorne Heights, and he just stands there and he gives a little blow and his bangs fall, and he's like very emotional. Nice.
There's a bit of a cheer from the crowd. It seems that perhaps you've fought in this before, and there are a core group of people who are enjoying when you're brought out onto the field. Very good. You're kind of shown to your corner. Hey, who are you? How are they being announced?
My character is the Duke. He is a dark-skinned, black hair, honey-colored eyes, from Wycombe. He has his hair is short, shaved on the side, and up top, his locks are just twisted, kind of piled neatly on top of his head. He's wearing a black silk robe that's completely open in front to show like his chest and his washboard abs and all of his muscles, and it's ornately embroidered in gold. And he's got a thick collar at the top with these ornate gold medallions hanging down like right in between his pecs to kind of accentuate that. And he is working the crowd hard, like in that kind of royal-esque, like I'm a prince, like you should respect me kind of really working it. And he's got these beautiful full lips, like he's a pretty boy, but also he's built to wrestle.
It seems that so you come out and people appreciate a pretty guy with man titties, as we all know. So there's cheers that come out. It sounds like fans of Ianto are booing you, but it's not like the bad-natured booing. It's just the a rivalry between the fans are kind of, and they'll have like little things that they'll say to each other, like fans of the two of you. Again, it doesn't seem to necessarily be bad natured.
So it goes like this as he sees the Duke.
He'll blow you onto a kiss. Like, how's it
He'll
going?
catch it, hold his heart.
The showmanship is amazing.
Yes, very good. And then Arlen, as you are brought on again, because there is some like booing, you'll see this person with the robes with the goose feathers kind of goes scuttling over, feet moving
Honk.
faster than you really should, scuttling like a honk honk,
Is there a little
and
flap,
starts
flap,
telling
flap,
them off.
flap?
Yeah,
On the
he's
feet.
getting irate. And when he does this with his gesticulation, it looks like the way the feathers are moving. And we'll start to tell them off like, yeah, good sportsmanship, like just make sure you're keeping it respectful, everybody. And just giving them in trouble. Arlen, as the newcomer, you come out last. Is there any pomp for fanfare as to how you come out?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be coming out,
Uh-huh.
shirt off, only the very tight undies,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be just walking toward my position,
Mm-hmm.
peeling a beer, and then just putting it on a stool and just looking at the crowd and whatever it's cheers or booing, I'll take it in. I'll
There's
soak
probably
in
a lot of cheers. Yeah, you're a very tall person, so everyone's like, "Ooh, they've not seen this before," so they're excited.
I've not
There's some-
seen this flavor before.
Yeah.
and I assume I'm already oiled up, right?
Yes, everyone is already there. I mean, you'll have been pre-oiled, but once you get on before the match, it is poured on you just before you go, so that you're as oiled as possible.
Slick as okay.
Which is
my
something that
hair-
does happen with the trick so you have to have it like poured on before you go for the fight.
I'm gonna keep my hair in a man bun to keep it
Okay.
out of my face and
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
reach
yeah.
of being able to be grabbed.
Yes. Very good. So you are brought out. I
I go to shake
and the-
everyone's hand, by the way. I try to be as,
okay. Very
nice
good
and possible.
sportsmanship. Yeah. I'm imagining your friends in the crowd are giving you pretty big cheers.
Oh yeah.
The two aforementioned audience members also cheer for Arlen when he comes out. And what I will have is the three of you who are not Arlen, I'm gonna have you roll from the character sheet. Well, did I I may have to like put on the initiative ticker. You might find that in your character sheets.
I don't have initiative as
Yeah, so you go to I'm just opening up one to tell you guys. So you go to a little cogwheel on the far right, and then tick show the initiative
Okay.
Oh,
focus,
right,
which is
right.
the second one down. Yeah. And then when you go back to character, you should then see initiative, which is in dexterity, I believe. So if everyone can just click on that, and basically that's determining the order of who Arlen is fighting. Very good.
No valid result?
3.
Oh, there it is.
It's okay. It's
Wait,
maybe
what?
just telling you that there's not a clock on, but we don't need the clock on. We're just needing the roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here
Okay.
it is. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm just. Oh,
Okay.
20.
Okay. Very
Nice.
good. So it'll be assumed that you guys are fighting each other in the background, but in the interest of letting us progress, we'll just be focusing on Arlen having these fights with people. First up is Ianto El Encanto. So you guys come in and enter the match. The other two are kind of left at the side. You're encouraged, any kind of robes or extra things that you were wearing, you have to kind of have to take off. The only thing you should be wearing is the shorts for the oil wrestling. There are people there whose job it is to just kind of, they needed someone tall to try and get, and one person standing on a little stool thing to get the top of Arlen's shoulders.
Yanda takes a robe and throws it at the crowd.
Oh yeah, there's like screaming and scrambling. The
He
person
is nothing
going past-
if not a showman.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Yeah, he kind of makes a beeline, so he's now in front of where you guys, like the party members, are, and he is telling people off for getting excited about the robe, and like he kind of just doing his thing. Honk. You can hear someone from the audience be like, "Oh my God, Maximus, relax." person is apparently called Maximus. And is being told that they should just
Chill.
relax. Yeah. Take a chill pill. So, Arlen, you and Ianto go up. Ianto is probably under Titty height because he's Short
Yeah.
King, correct?
Yeah, Short
Yes.
King. He's like,
So this will be interesting. Yes. I'll see.
a
I wonder
formidable
if
opponent, I see.
yes. Ianto, yes, formidable indeed. So maybe are you giving him like a flirty little wink and a wave just to
Yeah,
throw him
just
off? Yeah.
give a little wink.
To me,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
like, I winked back.
Yeah. Ooh. He'll just be like, no, I'm kidding.
That didn't work. Yeah.
Calm.
Like,
I mean, he's a
yeah.
pretty man. Like,
He's
Yeah.
listen. Ianto is the definition of a pretty man. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "A formidable opponent, I see. Welcome, and I hope you make it past me."
I only wish to try the sports and see if I am any good at it. And you seem to be a very powerful opponent.
Then I shall give you a proper welcome, my friend.
Absolutely.
How very civil. So now that you're all oiled up, basically the way this is going to work is we're going to have one person going first, and you take it in turns to try to throw the other person to the ground. The aim of this, as with actual Turkish wrestling, is it's not just about getting them on the ground. They have to be on the ground and on their back with their stomach facing up. That's the aim. So the person whose turn it is will be rolling might in strength. And if you beat their defense, they get the chance to roll acrobatics to try and avoid landing on their back. We will keep going until somebody ends up on their back, giggity. And then the successful person who managed to get them on their back proceeds to the next round. So, let's do we'll do an initiative roll for the start of each fight just to kind of determine who's going first.
11.
Arlen, you're up
17.
first. Yeah, so can you roll me a might roll to try and beat I think that was a success.
My defense.
Yeah. So, Ianta, can you roll me an acrobatics roll, please, to try and avoid? Oh no!
Can I use a reroll from my own?
Yeah, if you want this, sure. If you want to spend a
reroll, 12. That's fine.
Wow.
Okay. This is a bit of a flourish with the one. I would say, yeah, perhaps just through the sheer distraction of how tall and meaty this guy is.
His pecs are bigger than my face. How am I supposed to focus on this?
and I make this peg jump.
Oh, I like you, my friend.
You successfully get them onto their back.
Maybe willingly, who knows?
Yes, maybe you land and give another wink and be like, maybe we could do more of this later.
Uh-huh. My fiance might have something to say about that.
I am a very respectful man, so I will not push any further, but they are a very lucky person, my friend.
All right. I'm going to put my hand toward you to shake your hand.
It's that like arm clasp.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so our first combatant is out, and Jack Lumber. Mm-hmm.
To give a little just finishing touch as he passes the duke and says, "You have some competition, my friend."
We shall see, won't we?
Also, Arlen is now covered in gold glitter.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Oh, well. If he's covered in your glitter, I mean, how can I resist?
I can't
Very
see
good.
the shine to the darkness of the veil that proceeds around my face.
It will be shining enough soon, my friend. And he takes down Author Eyes and lights his face.
Very good.
I will fall for you.
Tonight is the night that I will fall for you.
Yo, the Duke, it is your turn to go up against our tall mountain man, Jack Lumberjacked.
Yanto's working the crowd like, oh, who's gonna be the winner? Is it gonna be our beautiful Duke or this new amazing newcomer?
Very good. Yeah, you're getting them hyped up. It is working suitably. The crowd are very engaged in this fight, it seems. Some fan favorites are in this match. So the Duke and Jack Lumber, can we roll an initiative, please?
Absolutely. Of course, I do the handshake as well to keep things civil. 13 on my side.
11 on mine.
Okay, so you're up first again, Arlen. Let's see if they can get past round 1. Oh,
17 again.
That's
Hey.
success. The Duke, can you roll an acrobatics roll, please? We'll say that you're trying to beat 13. Oh, very good. Oh.
And then
ready
just
to
start
go.
rolling.
Yeah.
Yanto's just watching this with invested interest.
So you do manage to flip Duke, but I would say with a roll that high with stump points, how much flourish goes into this for Duke? Does he land
all
on his
flourish.
feet?
All
Yeah.
flourish. It's all for
Yeah.
the crowd and for Yanto. That's right.
Very
Does he
good.
do like a superhero landing slide back?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As
Sounds
he gets up, like
crowd
his
goes
pecs
wild.
flex a little bit. You know?
Yeah. That gets
Jesus.
more cheers from the crowds. They are lapping this up.
Now you both have my glitter on you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how it
All
goes.
glitter
It was-
spreads.
It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen.
Very good, very good. Okay, so Duke, you now get to roll a might check to flip this mountain man. You're trying to beat his defense. 15. Does that beat your defense, Arlen?
That meets it.
Meets it, so you'll need to roll an acrobatics. You have been flipped. Do you manage to avoid landing on your back? Trying to be a 13.
15.
Oh, 15 with some stunts. Nice. So you land, thankfully, avoid being flipped onto your back.
I just
There's some
see
more
that.
cheering. Yeah. You're just so solid. It drives
Just
me over.
picks me up and puts me back
Yeah.
down.
I thought you were
Oh.
better than this, Duke.
A bit
What's
heavier
going
than
on
I thought
today?
you'd be.
Oh god, the Duke is gonna go Super Saiyan.
He's like rolling his shoulders and he's getting
Yeah.
pumped up. He's like, all right.
Yanto's
Had
like,
one
we're
go
gonna
at
be
you.
like,
I know-
thought
I
you'd
know
be
what to do
better
now.
than this.
And I
Where's
start
Arlen?
slapping my chest and I'm like getting myself pumped
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Go on then, Arlen. Roll a strength.
20.
Oh, with a stick that is amazing. You are fully lifted up and off the ground. Duke, can you roll an acrobatics to see how you do? Also very good.
Oh,
So
wow.
very good.
Also very good. You get the chance to act now, Duke, to get Arlen on his back. Oh, that is not a success. He's real heavy.
He is, yeah. Like Duke thought he had it, and he's like, man, where's
Like,
he
it's
out
like
real fast?
Locked in position, just pushing me back, but not flipping me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's like trying to lift a
Get
house.
your hands in his pants, Duke. You're good at that.
18.
That is definitely a success. Duke.
Whoa.
Oh.
We just keep on just.
Getting worn down. He's
we're
getting worn
lo-
I know,
down.
yeah. It's close. You probably land more on your side, but it was a close one. Very good.
He's
You
like
can try to.
panting now. He's like, ah.
Why is this
Like,
so
literal
hot?
water.
Yeah. Okay, Arlen. No, the Duke. Sorry, Duke. Roll your might.
Okay.
It's a success.
Oh.
Oh no!
I'm going to use a reroll.
You used that reroll.
Dexterity.
Oh,
no.
Okay. I'm gonna use if I can.
You've got
I
things you can use. Listen, you've got all those
just gonna
things.
keep
There's only a
looking
couple
until you-
episodes left. Just well, it's up to you.
I'm gonna use an auto success
Okay.
to bypass that and
I
Yeah.
know I could.
not be pushed.
Fair. With an auto 6 with that much success and 6-point stunts, I will say, Duke, you're gonna roll twice and take the lowest. Because he who gets you got.
So on
Oh,
my,
no, that was
my
from my
next
dexterity.
acrobatics.
Yes. So he has managed to. Oh no! Wait, that was just you.
That was me
resisting
saving-
being thrown in the back.
Resisting being pinned. Yes.
Yeah.
I understand. Never mind then. It is Arla's turn then to roll. My brain had flipped over what we were doing there.
It's okay. I'll still take a disadvantage on the next one. I mean,
Oh,
with how much
13.
I just went put into him.
Yeah, that won't be a success. Are you want
Oh.
to use anything, Arlen?
No, not this time.
Okay. Okay.
So we're just kind of like grappled together.
Yeah. There's
We're-
just lots
we're
of
locked.
grappling. Yeah, locked in place.
So am I rolling might next or
Yes, you
acrobatics?
might. No.
No, we're just getting worn down.
I
Yeah,
imagine
you are.
that they're holding each other by the hands, and there's that like,
Like just grabbing at each other's torsos, but it's so
Yeah.
slippy you're not getting a hold on anything trying to get into the pants. Arlen, if you can roll us a might check, please.
It's very
Might.
anime.
18.
It is. It's a success.
Oh, and there
No.
he finally goes down. He finally goes down.
He goes down, lands on the back. Yeah, full submissive pose.
Yeah, just kind of like, oh
Hell yeah.
man.
I got my hand in his hand like, you are a tough cookie to break.
You are too, my friend.
I'm gonna get up and help him up.
Yeah.
And he stands up all oiled and sweating and covered in glitter.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
To saunter over to Yanto, I tried.
I
Yeah.
can tell. He just
I'm
pats
gonna-
his chest.
I'm gonna take a seal
At
of stool
Yanto's
and
bottom.
Hawthorne Heights takes a
Thanks.
step forward, and he
You
s-
got this,
and
friend.
he snorts, and you just see the steam cover his nose.
I'm gonna swallow hard.
Come on, Hawthorne.
Roll initiative for me, both of you.
16.
Oh,
Ooh.
16.
16 by 2. So the canary takes it. So Hawthorne, you get to go first.
So, like, it happens, and I tend to, like, unfold my arms, and I tilt my head down, and I charge at him like a raging bull.
Nice.
I'm not expecting
He's
that
giving
at all.
him the horns. It's the horns.
Okay.
It does not succeed, correct?
Oh,
Doesn't
man.
exist. Yeah,
You're a 15.
15.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you try to get him, but he's like
He's
shifting.
a little bit more nimble
a
than
mountain.
I expected. Yeah.
I just sidestep.
I whip around and just, like, do that. I slide to a stop and turn to look at him, waiting for him to come at me, bro.
Mhm.
Can I delay? I would like for him to charge me again. I'm gonna see. Can I taunt?
Sure.
What would I do with that?
I'll just let you do it. Listen, we're storytelling. We don't have
Yeah.
to do number crunches. You try to goad him. How do you do it?
I'm gonna take the stance, ready to
Uh-huh.
catch anything.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say, I bet you can't do that twice.
So because you're anticipating this coming, and your aim is to try and chuck him, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because that
Unfortunate.
doesn't succeed. So you're going to be doing your roll, Arlen. I'm going to let you roll twice and take the highest for this one because you're anticipating and your feet are
Yeah.
locked and ready to like use that momentum against
Okay.
Hawthorne.
1 and
Yeah.
2.
Got it.
Both are a success. Yeah, 6 stats. So, Hawthorne, can you roll me an acrobatics to try and avoid going onto your back?
Yes.
Oh.
Succeed, you manage. So you are tossed to the ground. You maybe take a knee rather than going onto your back.
Like you can see, I'm struggling. I just been
Yeah.
like, you're
I
the third
take-
person
I,
I'm
like,
fighting now.
I take my knee and kind of like
Uh-huh.
fall, and I'm like on my fours, and then I just propel myself upwards.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna take a few steps back.
and grab onto him. Let's see. It's 14 or 15. I don't know why it rolled twice. No, 14. Yeah, 14.
14, yeah, for the might. That does not succeed.
That
He's a
does not
15 to
succeed.
beat.
She's
Oh,
just too slippery for me.
he's
You're
too
covered
slippery.
in glitter.
Oil.
Because I haven't
Alright.
touched him yet, so I am not covered in glitter yet. Well,
Oh, let's make that
Well,
happen.
you have touched him. You just haven't put him down.
yeah, I just haven't put him down. Yeah.
Come on then, Arlen.
That
14.
does get me. So let's do some acrobatics.
14 is a success, just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Let's,
Very good.
Let's see. I'm gonna check
Hawthorne.
this man.
Try and flip them.
16.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's a success. Come on then, Arlen. Acrobatics.
15.
That's a success. You managed to avoid going onto your back.
All
There's
right,
lots
all right.
of just to and fro. Good tussle.
I'm going to try to go for a suplex.
Okay.
I'm not going to use an auto crit because I want to make sure. I want to see can I do it.
Okay.
That
Otherwise
should
it's
be an
just-
illegal move.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I just
10.
like move out the way,
Do you
bro.
wanna use
That's
a reroll?
illegal.
Yeah.
I just have to just pick him up like that, and, and he just doesn't move. Like
Oh, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
my God. Oh no.
Oh. Do you want to take the L or are you gonna use a reroll? Or
I'm going to use a
crit?
reroll.
Okay.
Yeah. We need you to win this. Okay.
I bet on you.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Auto success or take the L.
I'll take the L
Okay.
because I need to start making my name somehow, and I gotta beat 2 opponents, but could not stop.
Very
The
true.
big
A
Canary.
newcomer as well to get this far. Okay, very good. So you you put up a valiant effort.
I do a hair
Eventually
flip.
you're flipped onto your back, and then Hawthorne flips the hair. It's very good. There's still cheers from the crowd. Everyone seems suitably entertained. You were given your 75 silver as a reward. It's up to you guys if you guys were taking bets for this.
I
There's the
did bet on
opportunity to
him.
do so.
I bet 5 gold on him.
Okay. So you're taking an L as well.
Sorry.
Hey, listen, it happens. Them's the breaks. Okay. Very good. On that note though, and with some cheers in the crowd, we will end our session there, everybody.
All right. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous. I love it.
And it ended with big men all drenched in oil
Yep.
wrestling each other. There's no better end than this.
No better.
Eh,
end.
agreed.
And that-
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and showing up. That was fun. I was yawning the whole time, not because I'm bored, but because I took a Benadryl at 1 a.m. last night, and it's still in my system. Just, not, and the low pressure, just refusing this whole time, struggling to stay awake because of that, despite my caffeine. That's why I was, like, lifting weights, like, the whole time, because it's just, like, your blood.
I need to get this pumping.
I need to get that heart rate up. This is not a shake weight, unfortunately.
I feel like that would have been awkward to do on screen.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would. So, things, we have 2 episodes left of this season, and then we're gonna be done until probably August, until Extra Light starts up again. We will be back next week, and then in 3 weeks, because we can't do 2 weeks in a row, so the finale will be on July 1st, which is also Canada Day. Kind of thing. And other things, like I said before, we'll be casting for Extra Life. Extra Life storytellers at the beginning of July as well. And also where you can also find me in 2 weeks over at Sword and Key, or next Sunday at Sword and Key, where we play some Brindlewood Bay. And in 2 Fridays from now, you can catch me and somebody else here. I'm running a game over on Girls Run These Worlds. We just had our session 0 for Ballad of Conjurers, and let me tell you, it's gonna be a game.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a game.
I've already seen Emma's twig.
Twig. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Other than that, make sure you are jumping into the Discord to get any kind of first opportunities that do come with casting. And of course, just to hang out with us. Sometimes I play dinosaurs by myself. But that's me. That's what I do here. I'm gonna find someone to raid while y'all do your thing. So.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Ophelia Van Cano, our Mortalitasi mage, and now also the Duke. This is currently my only game, so you can find me here on Saturdays through our finale on July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And I am Jack Lumber, Lumberjacked, and also Arlen, naturally my alter ego. And you can find me on the internet at _Gambit on Twitter, and I'll be here for the next game.
Hi everyone, my name is Satan, or Alyssa Vamp on the interwebs. I play in a bunch of other places. I am too tired to remember their names, so if you follow me on Twitter, Alyssa Vamp Art, you'll find out about them. I created the bust of the characters in this game because I'm also an artist, so, you know, if you want to put some money my way, let me know. I'll make you some cool art. And I was Bella today. Also, Ianto L'Encanto, which I have to talk to Ray about stories now with the Duke and everything, because I'm in love with them now. Yeah. But that's me.
Great. And hi, I'm Emma, or Hummalou of the internet. You can see me here on Saturdays, at least for the next couple of sessions here as we reach our finale. And you will see me here in 2 weeks on a Friday playing in the Ballad of Conjurers game, where I play a little fey menace who likes to thwap things with the thwapping stick and likes to manipulate wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thematic.
Manipulate wood.
Yeah, wood's I enjoy wood manipulation. So, with that, we will be rating our friends over at Sword and Key. So they were here. I want to say Ava was here earlier today. Mir was also here earlier today, and Mir is playing as well. But yeah, we're gonna go say hi to them as they play some Dungeons and Dragons. So see you. Bye. See you later. We love you.
Bye.
All very cool.